of this, you guys won't have to do all this work because you don't have these V-bands. Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna show you each point that you need to unbolt. Unfortunately, when I swapped this nice exhaust system out, I didn't retain the factory hanger. I'm waiting for that to show up tomorrow from eBay, and then that will be here, basically, this mount here, but I made sure to keep the 2 bolts in there so that we can go ahead and hang that back in place tomorrow when it finally shows up. But as for the rest of the exhaust, we have 2 more hangers here, right at the end. So we've got 1 here and then 1 adjacent to the other side. And then at the very back, we have 2 more hangers. And then these can be unbolted so you can swing the exhaust out. So you could just unbolt this one. And then there's 1 on the other side that we're gonna unbolt, and then we're gonna fly it doing that. And then we'll drop the whole exhaust out. Make sure that when you put the exhaust system on, you put the right exhaust system on so you don't have to do this more than once, because, well, you just want to put something on once and forget it. Back to the other side. So that side's loose. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, there we go. You got me. One. 2. Now this is when someone should have some jacks up here to hold the weight. I don't. Thankfully, I have my buddy Stuart that showed up to help me at the last minute. So we're gonna take it out the rest of the way. We won't show you that part because it should be really sketchy and fun. And then we'll start assembling the exhaust from the very back of the vehicle. We'll move our way forward and we'll basically have to stop right about here. So let's get into it. Come down in a blaze of glory. It's only 1 bolt pulling the rest of the exhaust system in. Trying to figure out where the tailpipes go. This is the fun part about doing the exhaust system. You just sort of have to figure out how everything goes. Now, I can imagine that it goes something like this. Hangs in place and then we just put our hanger back up. So maybe that's what I'll do here. It's a good idea to hang the whole muffler on there, in case you're wondering. If you had stands like we don't, then this wouldn't be an issue, but okay. So we got that one in. Now we're gonna try to hang this other piece right over here, whichever one that one is. And it looks like there is a connector. There. Now we just have to, oh yeah, one of these clamps here, I'm imagining. That'll be the ticket right there. So I think it goes like this. And that goes like that. One thing that we need to talk about here is your tip placement. You see how mine's way off. The best way to adjust this is actually swinging this bracket here up and down. Once you have lined up all the rest of your exhaust, you want to leave everything loose so when you get to the very end, you can finish the step very easily. Thermal said that there are some people that this step is just kind of fighting them a bit, and I can understand why, because, well, you're setting it up, but you want to set it up with the tips on. You don't want to do it without the tips. And you're gonna look and say, well, Kurt, this gap here is actually perfect. So never mind, that wasn't gonna work. But maybe you're saying like, well, the gap isn't great. It's too high on one side, it's too whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're hanging it in place like this. It's sort of on an angle, if you can see it right. Nope, you can't. Okay, so it is on an angle. Oh yeah, you can see it there. Just to get these tips to line up properly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten them up. You see how this side is down a bit? So we're gonna fix that because I don't like it. I want it to look good. So we're just gonna go ahead and tighten this up. And then we're going to adjust the tips in and out. We've got the tips sort of lined up here. You can see that we have a little bit of a gap on the top around these exhaust pipes. So everything is good here. This clamp is really loose. We're just gonna go ahead and tighten it up. Now, one thing you're gonna have to keep in mind is as this tightens up, it may turn this. So watch. You see how it sort of turned the exhaust slightly? Maybe a little tough to see, but it did change how this one's a little bit closer than that. So you just have to hold one side as you tighten it up and keep adjusting as you're getting it perfect. And then once it's done, stand back and look at it. Because what happened is I was like, oh, I like this. This looks really good. And then the next day this happened and you're like, oh man. So it's about making sure you're happy with it because it's your exhaust, it's no one else's. Put the tips how you like it, set that up, and then tighten everything up, go for a drive, check the next day if it's changed at all, adjust, tighten, and just get it to the point where it is not going to move anymore for you. We have the exhaust in. Let's take a look at this. This looks gorgeous. We've got the test pipes in. Yes, we're not leaving that in forever, but can you just take a look at this exhaust system for right now here? Look how perfect those tips are. Let's fire it up and make sure we don't have any leaks under here. Okay, we're gonna fire this thing up in the air. Oh yeah, there's a leak here. So I'm gonna have to put these other downpipes in because basically the end of the downpipe ends here. So we can't have that because I cut the flanges off. So now I have to do what I did to the other downpipes and extend them, which is fine. But for now, we get to listen to how rowdy this thing is. Wow, that is incredible. Just that sound alone. It's like, this puts a smile on my face. I can't wait to show Chelsea. Hey honey, your ST is loud. Homeless guy's gonna get freaked out. Man, that sounds amazing. And there's no drone. Well everyone, that's it for this episode of South Down Garage. If you guys want anything from this video, head over to shopsouthdowngarage.ca because we're running out of time on our sales and the Crows are so excited they're getting into it. But if you guys are looking for something a little bit more cost-effective, like a sweater, then please hit the link in the description. Grab yourself a sweater, grab yourself a t-shirt, get someone else a t-shirt, maybe a spouse, who knows. We're looking to do some really fun things with the Explorer coming up here shortly, and I can't wait to do that, but we need your support to make this Explorer amazing. Have a wonderful day, guys. I appreciate all of you, and we will see you on the next episode of South Down Garage. Bye for now.